Hi guys, this is another episode of Cooking with the Fleischmans, back by popular demand. Just kidding, nobody wanted this. This is our first time, but we wanted to share some food that we're cooking tonight, and I think it's important to maybe share with you guys a little bit about what arepas are and how you say it properly, because a lot of people butcher it.
Buenas noches, ¿cómo están todos? Hoy, esta noche vamos a cocinar unas arepas. In translation?
He married a gringa, and so we had to make some modifications to this. So that was for his Venezuelan family.
So for all of you that don't know what arepas are, they are made from a corn maize flour. And we have some stuff right here. And this is actually from Venezuela. This is the best stuff. It's harina pan, P-A-N. And it's pronounced arepas, not anything else, not arepas, not anything else. For people who have come over.
Arepas.
Arepas. And they are absolutely delicious, and we're gonna make that for you guys tonight, and we're gonna actually stuff it with some stuff that isn't very Venezuelan, but it's kind of a take on that, but it's absolutely delicious. But before we make some arepas, we're actually gonna have some delicious Venezuelan rum. It is so tasty and amazing, and I think you all, well, those of you who know us and have had a chance to have this, it is actually the best stuff ever. So this is a brand new bottle, and it comes in this super awesome little leather pouch, just like so. And I might have had a few of these throughout my life, and so much so that my beautiful, amazing wife, Christi, made a beautiful and absolutely surprised me at Christmas this year. And she made me a Pampero vest. Yes, this is a real vest. We are currently tailoring it and getting some more work done, adding some sleeves because, well, this svelte figure doesn't quite fit into here, but look at the detail on this thing. Look at the strings on it, all leather. Oh wait, we gotta show you the inside lining. I suck with knots, but let's just try to open it up a little bit, get more than light. But it actually is lined inside and everything. These are all bottles, all patchwork of Pampero rum. I don't know if you can focus in on the logo and like got duffels on it. This is legit. All right, let's drink some rum. So here's the bottle, and we're gonna open it up. And Christi's doing hers with a couple of whiskey stones, and I'm just gonna have mine neat. Just a couple little sips of some rum just to make the night go better. Cheers, everybody. So now we're gonna make the masa for the arepas. It's really, really easy. This recipe is like super, super simple. So basically what you do is you have 2.5 cups of warm water. I usually just put water in here and then I microwave it for a little bit just to get it warm, not hot, just warm. It helps to just make the masa a little bit softer. So 2.5 cups of water, and then it's 1 teaspoon of salt. And you just kind of mix it in there, just make sure the salt is kind of dissolved in the water a little bit. Very, very simple. And then you take your 2 cups of harina pan, and you just can take the 2 cups and usually just kind of dump it all in there. And oh, you need to make sure that your hands are washed.
Wash your hands, you filthy animals. Get your thumbs. Get the top.
Cooking with some corn oil this evening, and one easy, nice little trick to do is take a little bit of corn oil and just put a smidge in your hands, just because the masa will be kind of sticky. So you just take a little bit, rub it into your hands, and then you can kind of take this and start. All right, so now you can see it's kind of like the perfect consistency. It's kind of dough-like. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil in my hands to be able to form the arepas. Just kind of add a little oil, wipe it in your hands. And we're gonna be making 2 batches of this. So this will be our first batch. That's typically what I make. And so what you do is you take kind of like an average size, I don't know, a little bit smaller than a baseball or something like that, depending on how big you want your arepas. And what you do is you just kind of roll it in your hands a little bit. you take it and you kind of flatten it out. And what you want to have is you want to have like a consistency, I don't know, what would you say the thickness of that is?
I don't know, like an inch?
Yeah, about an inch or so, something that looks like that. It's kind of like, you know, and you want these to be uniform in size and everything. It takes a little bit of practice just to get the size of it down, but something that looks like that. And then I usually just have it and I take it, put it on a plate. And depending on the size of your pan and what you have, you'll kind of understand how many will fit in there. In this one, I can usually get about 5 or 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some of these. Christy's having way too much fun filming me right now.
Okay, we'll be back when we're done doing all of them. And another drink. It's part of the recipe. Cash. Do you love arepas? Do you love arepas? Would you like an arepa? Okay, one way to tell if your oil is hot enough is to put the backside of a spoon in it and see if it bubbles. This baby is ready to roll.
All right, so one of the techniques that my mom always uses, she uses a fork to kind of bring it in there. You can use a spatula, you can do whatever you want, as long as you just get it in there and don't spill oil all over yourself, which I've done many, many times before. And you want that nice kind of sizzle that's going on in there. You want that bubbling. And basically these are just gonna brown up and be absolutely amazing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of these in there.
This meal is completely fat-free.
Well, actually arepas, the masa in arepas is gluten-free. So, I mean, that's a positive.
So go bananas, people. Just go at it.
All right, so then basically once those guys are in there, or arepas, then you can just let them cook. And what you basically want to do is you want to let them be in there for a while. I mean, about 4 or 5 minutes. You can check on them, you can kind of flip them over. We'll show that to you in a little bit. But what you want is like a golden brown consistency. If the oil is too hot, the heat is too hot, sometimes they'll get burnt and they'll have some black on it. That's totally fine, it's not a big deal. But you can just cook them, and we'll show you as the process continues how you cook them and do all that.
So this is our favorite part of making arepas together. Drink that rum, girl. Drink it.
Ching ching.
Ching ching.
All right, so basically they've been cooking for a little while now. That's our silly dog, Cash. He's gonna be barking at. Hey.
Hey, arepas are coming. Settle down.
So basically, what I'm gonna do right now is you can actually take 2 forks, and this is where the 2 forks kind of come in handy. You can kind of take it, and what you want to do is you kind of want to like flip it over a little bit just to see how they're doing. Actually, it's not too bad. We'll flip that one right now. And so you see that method of just kind of going underneath and kind of coming over, just gently just grabbing it. And it's okay if it's, I mean, it would be nice if they're more golden, but we're gonna flip this a couple more times. So I prefer to have them be golden than burnt. And once again, the burnt isn't horrible.
It's all delicious. They're like tiny little corn donuts.
But if you see, if focus on that one a little bit, you kind of see how that just gets a little bit like kind of charred a little bit, and you don't taste that char at all. It's totally fine. Might even be part of the pan. I mean, this is like my favorite cast iron skillet pan that I'm using right now, that my beautiful wife got me as a joke, but I actually love it. So yeah, just do that, and we'll flip it again in a few minutes. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna have some more rum.
These arepas are gonna be amazing. My favorite part of the arepa.
Our little doggy, Cashy. He always likes to come up and see what's going on and what we're making for dinner. Hi, Cashy.
Cashy, say hi.
Cashy, say hi.
No, he doesn't want to say hi.
No? Okay. Okay, so now they've been cooking for actually quite a while, a little bit longer than maybe 5 minutes. I've just been flipping them every 2 or 3 minutes, just checking on them. You just want to make sure they don't get black and that the oil temperature is all good and everything like that. So as you can kind of see, like, you know, you got some little brown spots going on and different things like that. So now what we're gonna do, and once again, just to reiterate, just the way I've been flipping them, just 2 forks, and just kind of going underneath, coming over, flipping out, and they should feel like kind of really hard. They should actually feel kind of like a hockey puck. I mean, you've been basically frying them, and they're pretty solid. So now what we're gonna do is we have some paper towels over here, and they've kind of matched out to a total amount that we're gonna make. And we're just gonna take these off and get the grease off them. So you just kind of take it with the fork, just hold it, bring it over, put your fork down somewhere, take your paper towel and just kind of fold it over, fold it under, kind of pretty easy, and just put it down.
This is my favorite Corningware. We put them in here and then we put them in the oven to stay warm until we're ready to eat.
So we'll just kind of repeat the process. Once again, we'll show you one more. Won't bore you with the rest, but just kind of bring it over, come over, fold underneath, put it down there. And these stay really, really warm for quite a while. So if you try to eat that right now, well, your tongue will fall off. It will burn,
You're
literally.
gonna die!
All right, so we'll be right back.
Un paraíso vegetal lo enmarca todo. Frutas maduras parecen adornos de oro. Las aguas con un beso humedecen la arena. Y aquel embrujo tiene encanto de sirena.